This has got to be one of the most frustrating thing for me on a BMX bike. It's just frustrating on the bike and it's frustrating selling it. There's a certain point where I just want like, dude, you know what? Why do I have to deal with this? You know, I just want to get out of the business because of this one part, guys. It's one of the most confusing parts. It's the bottom bracket. Huh? You guys are like, wait. What is it? What's this clickbait? It's the bottom bracket, guys. What's so confusing? Some of you guys will be like, oh, yeah, finally, he's talking about it. Some of you guys might be other thing. Bottom bracket, guys, look. What I want you guys to do is I want Alf to zoom into the bottom bracket. This is the bottom bracket, guys. It's what hold the cranks. Do you guys notice the difference? The difference. Real close to this one, okay? If you guys notice the bottom bracket where the crank, the sprocket, the drivetrain goes, look, it's different size. This is huge, little, small. Let me explain the confusion to you. This right here, the big gigantic one, this is an American bottom bracket, okay? Somebody in there enlighten me on why is it called American? Did an American invented it? I don't know. This right here is European. It's small, it's threaded. It's the only one that I have here that's threaded. It is a European bottom bracket, okay? Probably was invented and designed by a European. Actually, after that is not this. It is this guy. Spanish bottom bracket. Okay, what is the Spanish bottom bracket? It's kind of like the European without the thread. Then we have what's modern. Most of these here, even that little tiny bike, it uses what we call a mid bottom bracket. Okay, let's go to here, my diagram, my display. This guy here is American. This is the night bike, American bottom bracket. Look at how big it is. Compared to a European, compared to a mid. So the American bottom bracket goes in like that. It will not go into here, which is European. Will not go into here either. So, the American bottom bracket is basically, see, I'm already kind of confused, guys. The American bottom bracket, I'm gonna remove the Euro. I'll get to that later. It's basically the mid bottom bracket is the American bottom bracket without this pink part. It's just a bearing. See that? So somebody there in time was smart and go, wait a second. Why don't I just get rid of that aluminum cup that makes this thing so big and bulky and just machine the frame so the bearing just press right in? That is what a mid-bottom bracket is. But rewind back. Some Spanish person decide, you know what? I'm gonna make it even smaller. See, it won't go in. So they use a smaller bearing. Same concept as the mid right here. Same concept, except it's smaller. See how this fits? This one don't. The reason for that is they do it so it's more lightweight and clearance when they grind. But the reason why you don't see a Spanish bottom bracket anymore is because the bearing is too small. It can't handle the abuse. That's my opinion. My opinion, my experience on working on so many bikes. If anybody out there knows more fact or have an opinion, please, let's hear your opinion. But they got rid of this. There are still people out there that comes in going, hey, I need a Spanish. I can locate it for you, but it's gonna be hard. European bottom bracket. Most of the time you find it European on road bikes, on mountain bikes, and on race bikes. What this is the bottom bracket. It's threaded. It screws in. Okay? At one point, the S&M and everybody, every brand that you can name, use a European bottom bracket. I like it because there's no hammering. When you remove a bearing, you don't have to hammer. All you have to do is unscrew it. But the problem is, a lot of these bikes, they're grinded on. Okay, this is Mac's old Colt. You look at it. See how it's all grinded? Well, imagine if this was grinded down and it was too rough. This thing's not gonna thread in. Imagine if this part with the wrench cut out right here was worn down. You can't get a wrench on it, it won't screw out. So that was the problem, where you couldn't remove it anymore, put on a new one. So they got rid of the Euro, they got rid of the Spanish, and they went with a mid, which is the modern. Yes, but the frustrating thing for me is that people would call and they're like, hey, I need a bottom bracket. What size you need? BMX. Guys, all these are BMX. I just showed you 4 different bottom bracket. Is it American? Just, it's big. European threaded. Or no thread is mid. Most likely the Spanish is not gonna be it because it's all phased out, let you collect it. Okay? The next thing is that with the type of bottom bracket, there is the center diameter. That's where the spindle goes. Okay? Goes in, pops out. Now the difference is, if you look at these theory, I don't know if you noticed, besides the color, this is a 19, this is a 22. So, besides the American bottom bracket, the European bottom bracket, the mid bottom bracket, and even the rare Spanish, they all come with a 19 center or a 22 center, and there are 24, which is even bigger. Now, some of you guys might be, oh God, that's okay. So which one's better? Guys, it's my opinion. You guys could chime in the comment, give me some knowledge. But for what I experienced, the bearing that is the thickest right here, the most meat, the most flesh. See how this one's really thin? It could take more of an abuse. So when the Spanish one, because the outer diameter is so small, and you go 20, 22, this thing's even bigger. This little green part here is so thin, the bearings are small. It will blow out and break easily. So that's why Spanish 24, ooh, that's like, yeah, Alpha's like cringing. I was like, oh. It's like a little piece of rubber band in there. No, go. Same thing with the European. The bearing itself is already small. Now imagine if it was a 20, this is a 19, guys. See, it's a 19. If this was a 22, it's even thinner. Now they have external BBs, okay? Give me 1 second, cut. We're back. Demolition, okay? I'm not sure if some of you guys know, they do make BBs and they have this. This is also a European because look, it's threaded. But look at the bearing. They pretty much use a mid-size bearing on a Euro. But this is called an external BB. This is an internal BB. Why? Because the bearing is in the threaded part that screws into the frame, so it's laying on the inside. Where this, the thread part has no bearing. So when it screws in, the bearing sits on the outside. So it's stronger than this. This is a 22, guys. This is the 19. If I show you, which I don't have one because I don't like internal Euro with a 22 because it's really thin. The external is the best way to go. Little confused, Alf, what do you think?
We can make them a chart.
Okay. So if you guys are a little confused, okay, ask some questions. Send me a DM, okay? Because the YouTube, I don't know. I'm just old and dumb. I don't know how to respond on that. But on my DM, hit me up with some questions, okay? Like I said, it's even for me. I've been doing this for over 20 years, and I have everything laid out, but I'm still kind of everywhere. That's how confusing this is. Now imagine when somebody asks me, call me over the phone, or they come in, they don't have a frame. They say, BB, like what? You know, big and black? I don't know. I don't know, okay? So this is so confusing sometimes, it's frustrating. Guys, a lot of time the BB issue, it's a make or break for me, okay? But, you know, I read your guys' comment, I read the thank you and all that, and it kind of like gets me back in. I'm like, okay. But yeah, it's a very confusing thing, okay? I hope to help you guys. I got a headache just thinking about it. I gotta go sit down, dude. I'm out.